Welcome to Business Like a Mother, the podcast for moms in business by moms in business. Hey, I'm Jen Morris, here to help you amplify your voice, grow your brand, blaze your trail, and navigate the beautiful chaos of motherhood and entrepreneurship. Let's dive in. Hey there, and welcome back to Business Like a Mother, the podcast for moms in business. I'm your host, Jen Morris, founder of Renegade Motherhood, and this episode is really near and dear to my heart, and I'm going to be pretty vulnerable with everybody, and it's especially timely because it was a year ago, almost exactly, where I was having a bit of a mid-career, mid-business ownership journey crisis. So I had this secret last February. After nearly 15 years in business for myself, I had a business that I no longer enjoyed. And if you're nodding along, feeling like maybe you've built a career or a business in a way that doesn't feel quite right, I want to say that you are not alone. It is totally normal to have seasons with business, with career, with motherhood, seasons that feel harder, seasons that we start to feel misaligned, where we fall into maybe some self-doubt spirals and we start to just question ourselves. So I want to share this because I think it's something that we should talk more about, that building a business is hard work. It's an emotional journey often, and there are times where it's hard and we feel like we often have to just put on a good face and show up on social media and push through it, even when internally we have voice in your head is screaming like something is not right. This isn't feeling good to me. So I hope if you're feeling like this is helpful for you to listen to. There are a lot of pressures now in how we build businesses. It could be the pressure to constantly be active on social media. Maybe it's the pressure to like, oh, I should start a podcast too, or just chasing every trending strategy out there. It happens to a lot of us, I think, especially moms. We end up sidelining our own instincts and doing what we think we should be doing instead of even when it feels not good. So the truth is that to build a fulfilling and successful business, we have to step into the director's seat. We have to become the main character in our own stories. So what exactly is main character energy? It's more than just confidence. It's a mindset. It's seeing yourself as the protagonist of your life and your business. It's about aligning your work with what feels authentic to you and really owning your unique approach. It's about raising your voice and building a brand that is unapologetically yours. You know, as moms, we are often in supporting roles, showing up for our families, for our kids, for our partners, even for friends, for extended family. And we often are not showing up for ourselves. It can be at the expense of our own self-care, our own dreams, and even our business. And it is easy to carry that same role and energy into our businesses and just doubt ourselves and not show up for ourselves the way that we want to be. But we cannot continue to grow and feel good and thrive in our business if we are constantly kind of taking a back seat or taking everyone else's advice instead of our own. I always think back to my days as a stage actor when I was told to find my light, which is something that we say to make sure that you're being seen on stage when it matters. And that's exactly what we need to do in our businesses. So let me share a quick personal story. After having my first daughter, almost 8 years ago, I started a new business. She was a couple months old. And despite my love for networking and speaking, which is how I had up until that point really grown my businesses and enjoyed it and felt success, I found myself being like, well, I'm a mom now. I can't get out as much as I want to. I don't really want to maybe be speaking as much and I began really doubting my instincts. And so I started looking for other ways to grow my business, which is not necessarily bad because there are lots of ways to do this. But basically, instead of feeling like, okay, how can I continue to do the things I like, maybe just in a slightly different way, because I do have a baby now and things have shifted for me a bit, But instead, I started to listen to all the naysayers, the people who told me that in-person networking was old school and that I should focus only on social media and going viral and creating dozens of complicated funnels and online courses and all the things. So I did it. I did some of these things, and I spent a lot of money hiring people to help me do these things, and I made money from it. I definitely did. I had a very profitable season. But guess what? I also built a business that didn't feel like me at all. And after 6 years, I didn't enjoy it anymore. I didn't like it. It didn't feel aligned at all. I didn't want to be showing up doing these things. I didn't want to be sharing every single part of my day on social media. So by following advice that didn't align with who I was very disconnected from the things that actually brought me joy. And that led to apathy and burnout. So how can you start embracing your main character energy? Here are 5 short steps that I think can really help you reclaim your role as the star of your business. So the first thing is you have to identify your unique strengths. So you have to start thinking about, when do you feel most in flow? Is it speaking? Is it writing? Is it one-on-one coaching? Is it social media? Maybe you love doing social media and that feels really good for you. That's great. Lean into what feels natural and sparks joy. And forget about doing everything else, because we cannot do it all. We cannot be showing up every single place in our business. So we have to start by being visible and aligned with our unique strengths. And that's what I started to do. I started to, last February, be like, I don't want to be doing it this way anymore. I want to shift. I want to evolve. And I started really going back to a place of community building and public speaking. Step 2 is listen to your own voice. So you want to tune out the noise. And if advice doesn't feel right, pause. Ask yourself, is this what I want, or is it what I'm feeling pressured to do? Step 3, build your own stage. Design a business around your natural energy and those unique strengths and your own voice. So maybe you're a storyteller or a strategist or a connector. Your business model at its core should reflect you. Step 4, especially for moms in business, is prioritizing self-care and boundaries, because we cannot, as the old saying goes, pour from an empty cup. So we do have to protect our energy. We do have to set boundaries and take care of ourselves. I hear so many people, oftentimes it's like a dude saying, just get up at 4 a.m. and then you can get everything done. And sometimes that works great for people. And sometimes as a mom, if you're being woken up by kids like throughout the night, like you might need that extra hour or 2 of sleep in order to perform at your best the next day. So we have to not always listen to what everyone else is telling us is good for us and actually do what we know is good for us. And step 5 is celebrate your wins. You are the main character. Own your growth, own your journey, celebrate all of your successes, big or small, because this can help you stay motivated and focused. I have a friend, Jess, who told me once, Jen, you have to stop and look down the mountain. We spend so much time looking at what's coming, looking at what I didn't do, the goal that I have yet to hit, the things I have yet to launch, instead of stopping and looking down at how far we've come. And that is so important to do. We do that with our kids all the time. We celebrate the milestones. And yes, we think about, wow, how big they're getting and everything, but we celebrate like the journey, but we don't do that for ourselves either. We spend a lot of time beating ourselves up because we're not where we want to be, instead of looking at how far we've actually come. So understanding your main character energy and really getting to know your main character persona, as I call it, can be a game changer for you. And I've actually developed a quiz where you can figure out who your main character persona is. And it's a lot of fun. I'll tell you more in a minute about that. But knowing this can help you create a business that feels good, that aligns with your strengths, and that you actually do want to show up for on a regular basis, even during the challenges. So here's the thing. In just a year of really tuning back into my main character energy, tuning back into my unique strengths, rediscovering my voice, I have reignited my business. I pivoted when I needed to, and that felt really good. But I saw more progress in like 9 months than I did in 6 years of listening to the shoulds. And when you embrace your main character energy and step into your power and attract the right people, you can build a business that you truly love, or you can reignite maybe a business that's starting to feel stagnant and stale. So if you are ready to step into your light and build a business that actually feels good, then you do want to know what kind of main character you are. And this is where I have you covered. I created a quiz to help you discover your main character persona so you can align your business with your strengths. If you go to the show notes, you can find this. It's at renegademotherhoodlife.com/quiz. You can also find it on my own website, meetjenmorris.com, right on the homepage there, and we'll also drop it in the show notes. Click. It takes about 3 minutes to go through, answer some fun questions, and the best part is that the outcomes are all different famous TV parents from some of my favorite shows that I think you'll know too. And when you take the quiz, you'll actually get a series of short, simple, to-the-point emails where I tell you about your strengths, about things to look out for, and then a custom actual visibility blueprint. So you can start figuring out some ways to, again, bring some fun back, do your business from a place of positive energy, and start actually really falling in love or falling back in love with your business. So be sure to head over, take that quiz, let me know what you think. You can go ahead and screenshot your result, tag me on Instagram. Again, you can check out the show notes for all of that. And share this with other entrepreneurs and moms in business who are looking to bring more of their main character energy into their business. Thanks so much for listening, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. Thanks for tuning in to Business Like a Mother. If you love this episode, do me a favor and make sure to hit subscribe so you never miss a moment. And if you're feeling extra generous, leave a review. It helps other moms in business find the show and join this amazing community. Because we are not meant to do motherhood or business alone. Want more? Head to renegademotherhood.com for resources, workshops, and events designed just for moms like you. Until next time, keep growing your business, raising your voice, and blazing your trail like a mother.